It's about 1:30 in the afternoon on February the 7th, and I'm going to move my Kikokryu out of the quarantine tank back into the main indoor pond in a few moments. She's been in here for a while now, has undergone some salt treatments, the injections that you recall I mentioned in a previous video, as well as I have trimmed the little growths on the dorsal a couple of times. I don't want to do that anymore and stress her out. There are still a couple of small bumps on there. Hopefully they will go away over time on their own. I did have the water temperature up to 75 degrees most of the time in here. Over the past few days I've been dropping it a couple of degrees at a time just to get the water down to a temperature similar to the indoor pond. And just a little while ago, a couple hours, I took some water out of my indoor pond and put it into this one here because that was still a little cooler in there than it is in this one. So I'm going to move her inside to the pond now, and once she's in there, I will let you get a better look. Actually, I'll put her just into a container here so you can see first before I do move her, and then we'll take it from there and see how she does. So I'll be back with you very, very shortly. Alright, I have moved the Kikokryu out of the quarantine tank into this tub just for a moment so I can show you how she's doing. I'll get closer here. You can see there's still a bit of a growth there, the original one, and a little bit here. And as I said, I have trimmed those a couple of times. I don't want to do that anymore. Does it detract a little bit from her appearance? Yes, it does. I don't think it's causing any issues physically for her. And she's been in the quarantine tank long enough now. I want to get her back into the main indoor pond with the other fish. I'm sure she will be much less stressed once she gets into that bigger volume of water. She's done really well in the quarantine tank, and I think a lot of that's because I had the other fish in there for a companion. I'll get that one out in a moment, put it in the tub here so you can see it as well. But I'm going to put her back into the main pond now, and then when she's in there, I'll move the other one over. And then the quarantine assembly is going to be all taken apart, everything cleaned up, and then ready for the next time that I need to use it. So I'm going to put the camera down now. I'll get her moved, and then I will show you once I have got that done. And this is the other fish that I had in with the Kikokryu. It is a very dark Deutz Ochiba, and it's done well in a tank as well. As I said, I'm a strong believer, as I mentioned in previous videos, of having more than one fish together if they're undergoing a treatment or anything like that. I really do think that helps, just to keep them a little bit relaxed. This one has done well in the tank also. Based on body shape, I believe it's a male. So I'm going to call him he, and he's going to go back in the main pond down here with the other. And once I get this one moved in there, then I will do a quick video just to let you see how things are coming along there. Alright, both the Kikokryu and the other one, the Ochiba I showed you a moment ago, are back in the main pond here. You can kind of see her on the far side, just beyond the bubbles there. So I'm sure she will be quite happy to be back in here. I haven't fed the fish yet today. I'm going to do that in a moment. I was waiting until I moved her over so that she could take advantage of that and just let her get settled in a little bit, and then I'll put some food in here. Today they're going to get a treat of silkworm pupa. So I'm going to give them that now, and then I'll come and check on them in a little while. I'm going to go up. I'll be time to get some dinner for myself and my new dog Lucky in a little bit. So I will go and take care of that. And then, as I said, I'm going to feed them now. I'll come down and take a look, make sure she's okay. As long as everything looks good, and I don't really anticipate any reason why it wouldn't, then I'll completely break down the quarantine system, as I mentioned. Pump out all the water, vacuum any water that's remaining left in there, give the tank a really good clean. I did clean the filter earlier on the quarantine tank. I will do that again before I shut everything down, and then disassemble that so everything will dry out. and then I'll get it all kind of stored away. It'll be stored in situ there, but to covers off, etc. And then if I do have any issues with any of the fish, the tank will be ready to go. And if I, by any chance, pick up any new fish in the next season or anything like that, again, it'll be all set up as a quarantine facility once again. So I think that she should be okay now. She's back in here. As I said, the couple of spots are still on the dorsal. Again, not a big deal. I'm not quite sure what caused that in the first place. You can just kind of see her there. Probably cruising around looking for a bit of food. And we'll see how all that goes. So I will bring a bit of an update once I have the quarantine system all shut down, so that you can get a look at that to see. And while I've got everything shut off down here, you can see over there. There's a bit of a glare on the water. I do apologize for that. There is my short-nosed sturgeon. He continues to grow. He's doing really well. And the sterlet is also growing, just cruising around past him. Again, they've gone a little bit still because I did turn the filter off down here, and my tower shower, as you can see, is not running at the moment. Just so you can hear me while I'm recording this bit of the video with moving the Kikokryu back into the pond. So they are all doing well. The fish, all the koi, seem to be doing okay down here. The filter's working extremely well. And on that note, as I said, I'm just going to put the camera down for now, get everybody in here fed, and then I will, go up and get the dog looked after, and myself looked after before too long, and then we'll come down probably tomorrow to do the quarantine system. As I said, I'm just going to leave it overnight, just in case I need it for any reason, if there's any issues with the fish that I just moved back in here. The water temperature in the quarantine system is now the same as in the pond here, so moving any back and forth will not be an issue from a temperature standpoint. All right, so take care, and I will get back with another little bit of the video here. And my Ochiba girl's coming up to say, see you later. As you can see, I have taken apart the quarantine system that I had the Kikokryu in to take care of her issues with her dorsal. This was the main tank the fish were housed in. It's been cleaned out. This was the upper tank, and you can see I've got here the filter has been thoroughly cleaned. That's the pump and the various tubing for the drain and to feed the filter. That's all been cleaned out. The pump's been cleaned. These pieces here are the covers that were on the tank, so they're now out of the way. They've also been washed down. The various plumbing components down there. These are the boards that were supporting the filter. So everything is ready to go when I need the tank again, whether it's in a week's time, a month's time, a year's time, it doesn't really matter. Everything is good to go. What I would do is simply take some water out of the main indoor pond, which is here, to get that one up and running, add a bit of fresh water to it, and get the filter going. And in a matter of a few hours at most, I can have things running. So that'd be if I need it for, medical reasons for any of the fish, or treatment reasons. Also, if I purchase any new fish and want to quarantine them, as I said, only a matter of hours, and things would be running. And as you can see here, the koi are doing extremely well again. They are definitely happy to be in here. The new filter, or the modified filter, I should say, seems to be working very well. I will do another cleaning on it in about a week's time, just to see how much debris it has collected. But the water is looking quite clear. The filter is definitely pushing through a lot of water into the upflow. You can just see coming out there. So everybody seems to be enjoying things. Definitely nicer for me that I know the water's clear and I can keep a good eye on the fish. And the Kikokryu that I put back in here following the treatments on her dorsal. That's her just kind of cruising around in there. She's doing well. She was eating almost immediately after being put into the tank, so she's doing fine. And I will keep an eye on her and keep a look at that dorsal. If I need to do any additional treatments or feel I do, or trim anything again, and I will take her out and do that. But that's kind of it for the moment. So I'm going to just end this segment of the video here, and we'll keep you updated throughout the season as things progress. Don't know if I'll be making any more changes to the filtration down here in the basement. Potentially something new outside. I'm really not sure. I'm always looking at different ideas, of course. Got to keep the fish happy and healthy. So on that note, I'm going to say goodbye for this portion of the video. I'll be back with a short edition in a few moments. Now, I'm not sure if those of you that are watching the video have noticed any difference in the quality of the recorded segments I've put in there or not. What I did do is, with the exception of this little piece you're looking at now, I had purchased a new camera. It's this one here. It's a Kaiser Boss X450 sport camera, or an action camera. Very similar to the GoPro that most people are familiar with, but at only about a third of the price. I got this actually almost 2 years ago and just decided to pull it out and use it recently to do this video. The reason for that was that when I purchased this and was thinking about getting into YouTube and setting up my Koi Obsession channel, that I'd forgotten that I had the Fuji camera that I've been using up to this point. I did purchase the new camera and put it away, and because the Fuji one was working so well, I just stuck with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this camera down for a moment. I'll get this one out of the box just to show you what it looks like up close. I'm not going to do an unboxing. I really don't like those personally, to even watch them. But I will take this out of the box and just show you what it looks like. So just bear with me for a moment if you would. Now the camera itself comes in a waterproof case. It has that on now. I'm just going to turn it quickly so you can see it. That's it there. And the controls, of course, are the buttons there on the top and on the side to change some of the features when you're doing your recordings. So what I'm going to do is I would just take it out of the case, again, just to give it a bit better look. Alright, I have put it beside the case. So this is the waterproof case I showed you just a moment ago. And this is the camera itself. You can see it's actually very small. That's the screen on the back for viewing. It's also a touch screen, which is nice for changing features. You can see in comparison to my hand how small the camera is, so it's very lightweight. Seems to be doing a good job so far. It is waterproof as long as it is in the case. It's not waterproof if it's not in the case. It does have some nice features to it. There's a stability kind of sensor built in, so if you're moving quickly or jogging or anything like that, it will help stabilize the picture. The screen on the back here is a touch screen allowing you to change features, whether you're doing a video recording, strictly a photo. You can set it up to do time lapse or burst mode, etc. All via touch screen, which is really nice. It's a rechargeable unit via a USB cable that just fits in down here, and it has a micro SD card, which is actually what you record your media onto. So I thought, as I said, just to try it out in this video. Let me know in the comments, please, if you think there's much difference between it and the camera that I have been using in the past, my Fuji camera, which is doing this part of my video. And just let me know what you think. It'd be always appreciated. And just to end off things here, thank you all for watching. As always, if you haven't already done so, please hit that like and subscribe button. Feel free to leave comments or questions below. Your support is very much welcome. And take care, everybody. Stay well.